Good morning. Morning everyone. How's it going? Just getting things ready. We're gonna get started in about what time is it now? In about 10 minutes. So how's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are ready for today. Yesterday was a good day. Yesterday's PMCB, by the way, is completely crushed. Some sort of offering with these kind of honestly, with these kind of sort of stocks, as soon as they start hitting some high numbers, they will start to think about cashing it on. So they start offering the stock for a lower prices to get some more cash. So as expected, with the offering, 14 million shares price. Okay, so definitely a response to the offering. Today, guys, I'm not going to be touching PMCB. I know that yesterday was crazy, but as you can clearly see, guys, it's done its job. It's don't expect too much from it today, So that's why I took it off of the watch list. Morning, Jay. So I would not be trading PMCB unless it starts to move dollars around 5, 6s. We'll see anyways. But the rest, guys, I have got watch list on the side here. If you can see, SPY is always there. Apple, PLTR. By the way, SPY yesterday had a red day, big red day. That's what I was expecting. So if we will see if there is a continuation to that. If there is, then Apple, AMD, Tesla, all those big names will start to follow suit. So keep an eye on SPY. We have PLTR with a good daily. Hood, we've been watching this, but I really don't like the price action on Hood, so that's my second or third watch, not my main. AMC, we've been watching it since it's been moving basically. PFE, Space, ALF, Mrna, and Cisco. I just put Cisco because it was I believe the earnings play, and we'll see what it does after the open. Right, that's that. And we have SNOA. SNOA, I believe, has some good news behind it and is creeping up. This sort of price action is a more stable price action, to be honest. I would be worried about it if it starts to do that. But now that it's doing this, it's either being accumulated or is getting heavier. We'll find out at the open because it's too close to the open now. What I expect from this is a nice little wash, a lot of profit taking right at the open. So I'm not going to be trading that. So I'm going to wait for the right setup and right timing, which will be after 5 minutes of the open, guys. So that's the plan. Take it easy. Stay very be extra choosy, extra picky on your setups if you can, especially after the open. Let things settle down a bit. Damn, Jay, what do I do with this? Alright, sorry about that. Boom. Should go now. By the way, when you see those charts, I think there's about a second or two delay on getting the stream on the stream itself. See, when I'm moving my mouse on the stream, I'm seeing it after a second. Hopefully that's not a problem, but I always try to sort of talk about my thought process before entering a trade anyways. Right, guys, I'm just going to quickly grab a coffee. I will see you guys just around at the open. I won't be trading the open, as you know, guys. We'll trade after 5 minutes of the open. Alright, guys, see you. All right. So what do we have here? About 2 minutes to go. SNO is still hanging around that 11 area. Jay, did you check on IB? Can you short this? Is it easy to borrow? I don't think it is. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I thought. 0.63. No, too expensive. That's why sometimes having a CFD account helps a lot, because some of these you can actually short depending on the broker. Uh, it's a great option to have on the side. Right, just another half a minute to go. Just gonna keep an eye on SNOA. I probably won't be shorting it because of the overhead costs. But if it does provide us with a good long opportunity, we will take it. Alright, here we go. Ding ding ding. There we are. Wow, that's gone. That's halted. That's a halt. Crazy. I used to definitely take these high of day, sorry, pre-market highs, break of pre-market highs. This one had the look of that. See, the thing is, the more it's trading at the highs of that pre-market, the more likely it's gonna just break out. But it depends as well. I have seen a lot of times where it breaks out and comes back down and stops you out, and then it goes. So having that, giving yourself that 5-10 minutes, will save you from a lot of whipsaws. So SPY decided to actually bounce, and it's going for a gap fill basically. So let's wait for that gap fill. 439 will be the gap fill area here. Right about now, no, I mean right about 439 to 439.15s, somewhere like that. And then we have Apple moving up as well. With that, we should have AMD as well. AMD's has got relative weakness to it compared to Apple and the market itself. So, if anything, if you want to short big names, maybe AMD is a better choice. So our Vrpx had a huge gap down, and it's trying to bounce back up. Today it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be as much of a move today as last few days. Let's have a look at AMC. AMC, after yesterday, I feel like I am a bit short biased on it. It's a rejection from 3680s. That wash is quite big for that, so it's kind of like a reversal. It's much bigger than a pullback, so definitely weakness is there. The initial, right at the open, actually, right off the open, it started to wash. So yeah, I wanna see how it bounces and how much it bounces, and then we'll look at that. Oh. Right, so it's gone. See, with AMC we get that, you know, it's sometimes will go without giving you anything. Wow, AMD is looking good. Okay, CCL is moving, so that means these should be moving. Okay. Yeah, I was planning to buy Cisco, but unfortunately it just never gave us a chance. It was gapping down a little bit, but I was expecting a little bit of a hold, just over 54s, 54.50s, but just never did. So didn't get in on that. AMC. I'm just gonna wait up on AMC. There is a chance, guys. The thing that I'm looking at is a pullback to, you know, I love my zones, so I would like it to come back up to that zone, and then I'll see what it does there. Keep an eye on AMC, guys. If it does come back up to this closer to 36 basically, and if it starts to hold, then we've got a good short opportunity there. It doesn't want to give us a chance. There it goes. Now, in right about now, if it does come back to 36, I'll be extra careful because it's already broken that low. What I would liked it is this to congest a bit and then come back up and come down. Now, if it does come back, I'm not taking that. That trade is off, guys. Wow, Apple washed quite a bit. Apple is like shorting Apple is like catching a falling knife, but there is a nice little clean move, and if we do get a nice little pullback, maybe 25%, 30% pullback from this move around this area here, then it could be a good shorting opportunity, but it might not. Yeah, AMC is just yeah, no, it didn't give us a chance, but there was what I was looking for. It was a little bit bigger bounce than this. Okay. Let's watch our hood. Hood has been quite choppy. It's not very clean, but there is a short here, 45.60s, with a 50 cents huge stop though. It doesn't have to be 50 cents, it can be 30 cents. Watch. Not too happy with the way it trades, just a bit chop fest. Oh, you damn you, AMC. Yeah, I just ran. Apple as well. Same thing, Apple. Right over there, if you were quick, could have been a chance there, but no, I wouldn't have taken that. Right, looks like it's going to be a test of patience, guys. A test of how good you are with sitting on your hands. Especially for the way I trade. It's going to be a good test. So we'll see. Keep an eye on SNOA. So after the halt, the worrying part is after the halt, it didn't actually sort of carry on. But the good thing about this is for a long play, it's hanging about the highs, which means it's probably getting ready to break that 13. If it does, then it could move. I don't want to enter on this a bit early because at the moment it's still under that iffy zone. But if it does break that 13, it could actually run. So watching SNOA over 13s. Now taking breakouts could be a bit difficult because if it does give you slippage, it might be 10 15 cents slippage. So it's better to put a stop limit order over 13, let's say 1305s to between 1305s to 1308s, 3 cents limit where you don't get slipped out. But by doing that, you are risking missing the trade as well. So I'm watching that area 13 zone, guys, on SNOA. But at the moment, as you can see, it looks like it wants to wash. There it goes. There it goes. Still keep an eye, still hanging about over 12 that SNOA. So it'll be interesting to watch how it reacts around the 13s. Okay, guys, it's building up SNOA. As you can see, guys, similar sort of price action as yesterday when we started to take it a bit early. Um, there's some fight going on. I'm waiting for it to come back over 1250 again. I might take it a bit early now that I see if it's holding. 12 is holding. I might build up slowly over 12, but still risky because your stop will be under 1170s, and you could get whipped out of this. So if you're gonna take small sizes. Definitely still early, definitely early. But what I see now is just about 12 is holding nicely. This zone is holding. As long as that's holding, this has a really, really good potential. Mm-hmm. 12, 1190s, 1194s. So that's the fight on that 12 area, that zone area. If it does break that, then that all the bets are off. There it goes. So that was a really, really good wait on our part. I would still think that it could be just a wick. This could be just a wick at the 1150s and then comes back up above 12s. I would still consider that. Still waiting on my first trade. How about you guys? Did you guys take anything? This, by the way, SNOA is quite strong. You have to remember it's still doing a really green. So at the moment, that candle is really good, guys. I'm gonna start slow. Around 12s, guys. I've started small. Just a bit early. I know it's early, but because I have small on it, and I'll build up on it as it goes along. My stop is just under 1150, guys, here. I feel like this might be the wick we were waiting for. Just remember, this is still early, quite early actually. As it starts to break above 1250s, we can start to look to add, and over 13 another add. But be careful over 13s because you will get a lot of slippage if it does get there. Waiting on 1250s to get taken out. The momentum we want on this is not coming yet, but it could. It will take a while, guys. This is a really crucial area, this zone. Any breakout of that and breakdown of this could decide the direction. So be patient on as long as your stop is there. That's what I'm gonna do. 12, 24s, 30s. Huge sellers getting taken out 30s, so there's quite a lot of pressure to the upside. 27s. Right, that area around 1230s is holding, so there could be some hidden sellers there, but we'll see. Yeah, it's getting taken out now. That's good. We want the bid to catch up. Yep, that's it. There it goes. So as you can see, 1240s we see on the ask, and then what we want to see is that bid to catch up with the ask. There's a bit of a spread. So as it starts to push that ask above 1240s, we want that to catch up with 1240s as well, 1235s, something like that. So have a look at the level 2. Pay attention to it. It's really important in these kind of crucial levels. 1240, 1250s. There you go. It's getting taken out. Is the bid catching up? Slowly, but yeah, slowly is catching up. So 1250s. There we go. There we go. So 46, 45s. That 1250 is holding still. I'll consider that still hold. Now we want this volume to actually sort of creep up. Once it starts breaking the 13 and 1250s, we want this volume to creep up. Like there we go. There it goes. Boom. Whoa, whoa, hold on, hold on. Whoa. 11, what the hell? Wow. Guys, I'm off on this. I got stuffed out around here. I tried to take some out here over 13s. I couldn't. Shoot. 12s to 1250s, around 50 cents. But it was a quite small one. Something really massive piled up on it. So usually this candle, I would be okay with it. In fact, on this candle, I almost cancelled my stop here, but this candle just continued. So that was a bit of a massive change in the momentum. So I can't stay with that. Seeing that, I cannot stay. In fact, I wanted to get out, maybe close to break even here, but it was so fast I couldn't. But that's fine. It could just be one of those huge liquidity sort of hunts. It could be, but I'm just not too comfortable with one. When it starts to break out like level that I have and it starts to fail completely, I will try to get out as fast as possible. Like, it has to be very quick. So yeah, that was a bit of a nasty move by SNOA. I think there will be like over here, there might be a lot of short sellers coming into it now that they see this. So I think there's more shorts now compared to longs. So I wouldn't touch this unless it starts to basically break above 13s. So we had from 1250s, yeah. Let's have a look at AMC now. Okay, so it's done its move. It's now um, staying in a congestion. Remember this move, this sort of price action? I'll show you yesterday. I think it was AMC, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. So this sort of price action we are actually seeing now. It's actually early stages of that. So this could be small little reversal for a bigger pullback, at least towards that 35 zone, 3540s. So I will not take a trade here, guys, unless it bounces back slightly higher. Yeah, it was looking really nice, similar to yesterday's move. If it had gone up to 11, 1350s over, it probably would have halted. Now, after the halt, it would have been difficult to do that. Um, but because I think what happened was there's a lot of heavy either profit taking or a lot of shorts that are piled up over 13. It could be a mixture of a lot of other things as well. These market makers trying to sort of hunt the liquidity as well, so they will go basically over the levels and under the levels to. But yeah, we have to remember these stocks are momentum trades, right? Momentum stocks have to be you have to be on the edge. You have to be really quick um, on your exits and also your stops. So if it starts to really not look good, then yeah, early exit is always optional. It should always be in your mind that yeah, if something doesn't do what I expected to do, I'm out. I am usually quick on these, in recognizing that something is wrong. Um, but this time it was just I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out early, so my stop was under this candle here. That's where I wanted to get out. Just couldn't. By the way, when it moved from our entry, it 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 gave us more than $1, right? So you know, I usually hit the ask after it does that, especially if it moves really quick. I hit the ask. Sometimes I get filled, sometimes I don't. In this case, I didn't. So it's one of those things. As you can see, it's just it's weak now, and the only thing is around 11. Sorry, 11s is stopping it. So if it does break that, then it could run. It's about to. There it goes. There it goes. If I could trade this short, I would have traded it around on the break of, sorry, on the hold of 1150s. I would have ideally liked it to come back to 12s and still hold. That's where I would have shorted it. But this area here, this little wick, and then coming back, yeah, that would have been a good short. Wow, Cisco is Cisco is looking really fancy. For a long over 55.66. It is an earnings play. Moved from 54 to 56. Pltr daily is interesting, guys. A really nice daily. I think a bit of a late. This would be chase, but on that little pullback onto the 2505s or 7s was an area for a. I was looking to long this Pltr um, because I feel like the continuation is due after this day yesterday. So this could be something that's maybe interesting for the later on. But we missed it over here, 25s. When 25 started to hold, this was perfect. 2505s was the entry. And then your stop just below 24, 97s, 98s. Really tight stop. Um, but yeah, just gonna wait on that. I just like the daily of PLTR, and I think there's some news behind it, if I'm not mistaken. This is exactly why you have stops. Now keep an eye on SNOA, guys. What usually will happen is this will try to sort of, well, this is a massive gap. It's massive gap. It will require huge amount of pressure from the short sellers to actually do anything close to filling the gap, right? But if it doesn't really actually carry on to fill the gap, and if it starts to trade under the VWAP and then starts to curl back up, especially at the 10, around 10 areas, then it could have one of those quiet moves. I think we caught one of these. I don't know when it was, but on one of the live trades, I did catch one of these, which was, it was a massive gap up, and there was sort of similar to this, quite a bit of a lot of pressure from the short sellers, and then started to drift down below VWAP, and it started to trade under VWAP, but it didn't actually go anywhere. So it started to hang around under VWAP, hang around for like half an hour or an hour, and then slowly it started to creep back up. And when I noticed it, it was still at that quiet zone, but I saw the volume coming in, and it was about to move. So I took a early longs on it, and it was a really good trade. So I'm not saying this can provide that, but if it does hang around above 10, it will it you have to remember it's still strong. We're talking 550s to 10. That's 100% move. So let's see if it does hang around, and if the VWAP actually holds and then washes another it shows another sign of weakness by a wash. 10s, 1020s, 1050s, this zone. Let's see how it holds. Ooh, AMC is much weaker than I expected, anticipated. I thought this was gonna do what it did yesterday with a bigger bounce. I don't see things that are very clear today, strangely. The only thing I saw was AMC, but it didn't give us a chance earlier on here. Let's have a look at the others. Okay, we're due for a bounce on Apple. SPY is already, as you can see, there you go. I was mentioning a gap fill. It's already filled the gap. Now it'd be interesting to see if it wants to continue or actually fill the gap and try to recover or pull back a little bit. Yeah, this PLTR we might have been a bit late on it. I was really tempted to take it here. 2516s when I was mentioning it, 2517, really tempted, but then I said to myself, if you do take this trade, and then if it does work out, or if it doesn't work out, would you be really okay seeing that much of a risk for this stock? Then that's when I decided to not take it. I am very stingy on the stops. I'm very stingy on the risk, basically. Cisco is curling back up, but not much of a continuation. Ooh, ALF, interesting. As you can see, SNOA is coming, trying to sort of wake up again, and it's bringing some volume. I'm looking at ALF, guys, for a possible short. ALF for a possible short. What we have right now is the 1040 area. 1045 is even better. This, but we do have quite a bit of slippage on it, guys. So the liquidity issue basically. I don't like. It's not a plus setup. If there was if and then your stop would be over the VWAP. So I am gonna start looking into this. I know it's illiquid, but ALF 1040s. Right. I have gotten in some 1040s, guys. I will add to it on the break though. Not hugely excited about this, but the trade is there, so I'll take it. Our stop just over a VWAP, guys. Stop. Stop just over VWAP. What with this one, I want to see a close above the VWAP, guys. So that is actually my mental stop. Now, if this comes back up to 1050s, close to VWAP zone, if it starts to hold, I will add to it. And then on the confirmation of the move, I'll try and add as well. This can be a bit slow, so we're gonna watch something else. This is a really nice short area here, but unfortunately I can't short it. Right, so it's starting to move ALF, but I wouldn't be too comfortable with it unless it breaks that 10 10s, 10 20s. Ideally 10 10s the low of day. Volume is coming in though with this wash, which is actually a good sign. There it goes. That means that 10 10 area needs to break. Right, now it's going to be stop straight away just over 1050. So about 10 cents risk on this. There it goes. There it goes. There we go. 10s. Come on. 1007s. Alright, so volume is coming in. So this is looking good. As long as it's getting close to 10s and attacking that. We don't want this to come back inside the whole low of the area. We want it to stay under 10 10s. Right, if this time if it does come back to 10s, it might break it, but it's going to take a while. So right about now we have 10 cents risk on it anyway, so it's kind of looking good. But just remember guys, if it does break that 10, trying to get that partial, because when it does wash, it could be 10 cents spread there, or maybe even more. So if you can get the right price, perfect. mRNA. I don't see anything, Andrew, on this. What are you looking at, shorts or longs? No, right about now I don't see anything on mRNA, honestly. It's just in that zone, and it's not clean enough for me. As you can see, anytime it moves, there's a lot of wicks. I don't like to see that, because what I do is I chase momentum, and this is not the sign of momentum, right? This here, you see this here, this is the sign of momentum. This is sign of momentum. Um, so you have to you have to understand what you chase is how you're going to manage your risk and entries and everything. 393, 393 break. Yeah, at that time I can understand. We're looking at this. So 393s are there. Yeah, on the break off, the volume came in slightly, but I would have been, as soon as it break and then that candle finished like that, I would be extremely careful. If even if I was long over 393s, I would get out. Even if I don't get out, I'll be under this candle. I'll put my stop very tight. Yeah. On the breakout, as soon as you see this, that's not a good sign. It's just telling you get out. it's, it's telling you like don't stay with me. Today and almost every day we get these kind of sort of examples. I mean, you don't have to be genius. Like, look at this. You have to ask yourselves like, um, if it does break, I expect it to continue or at least hold, come back slowly, and then hold and then start to move another move, right? Now, if that thesis goes wrong and you're telling yourself, well, that didn't work out, that's actually complete opposite of what I expected from this, that means your thesis is wrong. You know, it's is is what makes a really professional trader different is when they know they're wrong and they are really quick on adapting to it. That's the secret. But it takes huge amount of time for you to mentally get there. There is something that I can't teach you. It has to naturally come to you after doing it over and over and over again, because it's very easy to say it after the fact, but when you're on that long, let's say 12s, yeah, we took 12s and we were on that. I mean, breaking above that, it's just like, wow, that's working out really nicely. As soon as it, you just don't have the time, you know, and then you're holding on to it, hoping, oh, just a blip. No, it's not. It's actually a complete opposite of what your thesis and our thesis was. So, I mean, over here, you know, we couldn't do anything about it because it was so quick. But there will be um, a lot of times where actually it will tell you clearly. Mm-hmm. As I mentioned about ALF, it's going to be extremely slow, so you got to be patient with it. I have put alert under 10. Once it starts to move under 10, then I will look into exiting some partials. Other than that, just not going to move that quickly. Mm-hmm. Also, these kind of days also makes you or breaks you. If you don't understand the volatility overall market, then you will tend to look at every single setup and start taking it. Once you do, I mean, if you start taking every setup on your strategy, your edge will always be lower and lower. What I mean by that is if you start taking, let's say you are a trend trader, you start taking that trade in a congested or a very low volatility environment, you're gonna fail big time. But understanding which environment you're in is extremely important. And then once you start to realize that why today is a bit slow, it's not clean, things are not following through, then that should sort of make you a little bit cautious on your trades. Today I could have taken a lot of trades, but I didn't. Almost every single one of the trades there was a trade. Um, but the fact that I saw like there was not a lot of follow through coming in, I just was extremely cautious. So today could have been actually a big loser instead of just one. So yeah, every single one of those would have given you something at least, right? The goal of trading is not making money, it's to preserve it, is to keep what you made. Yes, you have to make first, but the whole emphasis is on keeping what you made. Guys, I just don't like ALF. The way it's trading, I might cut it off early. If it starts to break above this area 1034, and if it starts to trade above that, then I will come out break even. So yeah, I just don't like the way it's trading. Earlier as well, I wasn't really keen on it. It's just it looked good. Daily was alright. That's why. So it has to break that 1040 for me to get taken out on that. It has to break that right over here. Are you guys seeing anything else? I don't see anything. Honestly, it's like it's dead. Ooh, very interesting. 20s under that 2060s. Let's have a look at this. Ooh, really bad daily for a short though. Bad daily for a short, but there might be opportunity on this for a short, but anytime it breaks that, some massive volume with the might be no, I'm gonna leave it because it's an earnings play. Very difficult to short these runners after earnings. I am looking at the SNOA on the side. Um, if it starts to show something, then I'll bring it to you guys to your attention. What I first of all what I want is if it starts to sort of hold here over 11 and slowly creep back up, I want the volume to creep back up as well. If the volume stays inconsistent, then the price probably will be as well. Let's have a look. Spy, gap fill, and a reversal. Okay, that's interesting. I'm out of ALF, guys. I'm out of ALF. Break even. Break even. ALF out. Guys, I'm looking at SPY short. 439s. Okay, don't go too fast. Under 439 is fine as well. O1s. I got O1s, guys. 439. That was too quick. 439 20s over 20s is the stop. A really tight stop as well on SPY. Around that area. Sorry, it was a bit too quick. I was looking at it and it was right, responding to whatever I thought it was gonna do. So I had to be quick on that. My target on this is VWAP, guys. 43813s, right about here. If it does come down here, if it does wash up here, I will take everything off on this. That's a different sort of trade management. I'm not looking for a bigger retracement or a pullback from this move. So if we do get, that'll be good. Good move actually, towards VWAP. There we go. Come on, SPY. Give us something. By the way, Jessica, that's your trade there. That's the live trade. Right about now, you're getting 2 to 1. You can take some out. It's 43850s, about 2 to 1. I don't think anybody took this, but if you did, you can even put your stop on break even now, just over 439. Maybe about 2-3 cents loss, potential loss if it does come back. So you're in a good situation here. There goes SPY. It goes. I'm getting ready to take everything off, guys. There we go. 13s, 15s, 13s, 11s. Ooh, huge amount of buyers there. 11s, 13s. I'll take every 13s, guys. So I'm all out. 13s. Not too bad. See, that's the thing, guys. With my trades, if I don't see this quick response, that means my thesis is wrong. This is the best example of you know, my thesis working out. As soon as I entered, you know, it just follows suit. Because for a momentum chase, you guys have to have that momentum reaction. Yeah, so that was a really good trade, guys. You know, although it looks small, but it is quite big when it comes to risk to reward, because we have that was our risk. Actually, let me put that on red. So basically, come on, can't do it. So that was our risk, and then we have our reward. So quite a bit, guys. I'm thinking close to 4 to 1. Yeah. So you know, this just one of these trades can take quite a few losers of mine. So if I take, so I'm down 1 hour on this trade. Not even 1 hour, because it was we started very slow on this. So let's say that's 1 hour. I'm down 1 hour, but on SPY I've gotten 4 hours. So I'm already ahead around 2.5, 3 hours, depending on, you know, slippage and everything. So if I can catch my trades where it gives me at least 1 or 2 partials, I'll be way ahead, even if I do 40% accuracy. My accuracy basically is about 43, 44% at the moment. That's what you wanna have a look at. Is if you're trading scalping, anything like 1 to 1, you want to get at least 65, 70% accuracy, maybe even more, to be honest, because scalping comes in with a lot of overhead costs, right? The way I trade, you might have seen me, you've been here with me for the whole day. I trade like maximum, what have you seen? Like I don't think I've ever traded to a point where I've come across 10 trades, for example. No, it's mostly average 3 trades, right? So I am not a scalper. When I do trade, I look for bigger moves. So that was covering my day with a nice green mRNA, by the way. Things are looking good right about now, actually. But the thing with mRNA is quite a bit of slippage on this. 30 cents slippage. Spread is 30 cents. So getting in and out could be a bit difficult for a good price. Okay, I couldn't get in on mRNA, guys, but the trade was there. I don't like the slippage on this. Things are moving now, you know. Things are really getting there. In hindsight, if this goes down to 437, in hindsight, that you can definitely say, why did you take everything off there? You know, a partial. Um, but it's just I have to follow my own like data and my setup. No matter what this does now, it's irrelevant to me. Um, I would have taken, if it started to hold here too much, I would have taken partial here. But since it looked like it wants to hit that target, I left everything. If I had taken my partial, my average would have been a little bit screwed as well. So it's sometimes really good to actually take one in, one out. In fact, when you are starting out, you wanna you wanna do this one exit, one entry, one exit thing for quite some time. Do it over and over and over and over again, and gather data on your entries and exits. And if you've realized that, oh wow, every single trade I'm taking my exit a bit too early. So what you can do is, instead of taking 2 hour target, start taking 2.5 hour targets. Start stretching it a little bit, but don't change it unless you have that data to show for. Don't just blindly say, oh, I could have actually taken. No, 1 or 2 trades not going to do. Gather data of at least 50 to 100 trades, um, and then start changing things. So as you can see, it is a long process, but by doing this, you are actually going in the right route, right direction, instead of um, just blindly taking a route where you don't know where it's going to lead. But at least this way, you know where it's going to lead, because you are doing the right homework. I mean, what do I do with this, guys? You tell me now. This is exactly what I was hoping from this, but so what are you gonna do? Like, it takes us out on break even and then does exactly what we expected to do. You know? Oh my god. See, this would have affected in the past. This would have affected me so much. Now, after seeing this, I would have been like, shit. I'm gonna either try to re-enter this or try to chase, um, because it bothers. It used to bother me a lot, but now trade is done. At that point, you made the decision. Your thesis didn't work out. Done. That's it. PFE, PFE, PFE. PFE is extremely strong. I don't want to short this, but there is 49.60. It's really tight range as well. Yeah, what am I gonna do? By the way, yesterday I took a swing trade on a space, if you remember it, around 25s. So I believe it was around here, 25.10s. It gave me $1 around here. Before the close, I took some out. Um, around right about 25.90 somethings. Really, it was really really good exit. I still have a little bit left on it for a swing. That's fine. I've got $1 from it anyway. So AMC short since 35.10. Since 35.10 AMC short. Let's have a look. It depends whereabouts 35.10s. Here. Nah, not for me. I don't have a setup there. my setup was here, but I was not in it. If I saw this at the right time, 3520s, yes, I would still be in it for sure. But because I was looking at it here somewhere, I just saw that reversal. It wasn't really clean for me. The momentum just died down, and then taking a trade there would have been like just blindly throwing money at it, hoping it's gonna work. But if you've taken it here, 35, I would say yeah, the setup was definitely there. Even even here, 35 bounce back to this wash right over here was a trade there, but nothing in between here or here in between here. But yeah, nice though still. SNOA finally decided to make its move. So that 10 is also broken now. Um, it's it's just too weak now. It tried to do the thing that I was mentioning earlier. It's trying to curl back up, but it just couldn't hold up. So I wouldn't be looking at this long side at all. At all. It's like it's gone. I mean, we are talking at least 1150s need to break and stay above it. It might come in later down the maybe for power hour, but as long as it's staying below that 1150s 12s, don't even think of I'm not gonna even think of longing it. Right, guys, so what is your, let's have a little bit of a discussion if you're free. What is your risk management? How do you guys handle it? What do you look for? And what, before joining the live stream, what did you used to look for? Did you used to go look for 1 to 1, 2 to 1s, or 10 to 1s? What was your sort of expectation of a trade? Yeah, I like that max loss per day is 3 hour. That's actually that's similar to mine. So mine is slightly a bit different. Mine is consecutive 3 reds. That is usually the 3 hours. Yeah. Risk is no greater than 50 cents on any trade? 50 cents, or is it 50.50 R? Oh, for 2 to 3 hour. Yes, I was like that as well, Jay. But um, no, 5 to 6 hours is extremely possible. And in fact, it's quite in any of my trades. If you do manage it properly, the trades that work out is very close to 5 hour, which is my minimum potential expectation from a trade. So if I did mention it before as well, but if I have a trade that's that I think is not gonna give me 5 hour, I wouldn't even consider trading it. So yeah, definitely have your expectation higher on trades. Especially the way I trade, I chase momentum, and as long as the momentum is there, those 5 hour, 10 hours are possible. And yeah, and we are actually trading at the very quiet times as well. You have to remember, just you know, just wait until things pick up a little bit, then you will start to notice some crazy moves. But yeah, that's good. So 4% or 3. Yeah, I mean, from your Jessica, because you do one in, one out, isn't it? If you do that, definitely I would start with 2 hours, because what you want as a beginner is confidence. Okay, confidence in your setup. Once you have that confidence, then you will start to see trades and start to build up on it, and get your win to loss higher. As long as it's close to 50%, maybe just under 50%, your 2 to R should be fine. But moving from 2 to R to 3 to R, it should not take that long, right? So one entry, one exit, I'll definitely recommend to start with 2 Rs, then move on to 3 Rs. But after finding out about your data, so you must always use a trade journal as well. Manual trade journaling, I have done so many for I would say a year or so. It's good to do it to begin with, but I will definitely spend like 10-20 quid a month to for TraderView, TradeViz. There's quite a few others, whichever you're comfortable with, but you want those data. So yeah, definitely track your data, guys. And also, here's what I think. When you track it, put because a lot of people track their data biased. Okay, when you put, for example, in TradeViz, I have to put tags for my setups, right? Setup A, setup B, setup C. Now, because my setup A, let's say for example, I'm biased on setup A, I sometimes say to myself, when the trade was a loser, I say, oh, it might not be setup A, right? You have to fix that. You can't be biased on any setup. That's when you're going to get the real data. You want to achieve real data and analyze that. There's no point in keeping a data where you're going to be biased on, because you're actually tricking your own mind, saying that the setup A is not it shouldn't be as good as it you are sort of assuming. So yeah, keep it very, very transparent. Don't try to not get your sort of emotions involved in the data analyzation, like the results. Put your tags. For example, Jessica, we talked about the setup. Just trade that and put that setup, whether it worked out or didn't work out, and then take it from there. You will start to notice, oh, your exit was a bit early, your exit was too delayed, or your entry was a bit late or early, things like that. You will start to derive that information from your trading itself. That's the way forward, I think. And then, obviously when you go forward, there's more to it, but start with a simple procedure of just tagging your setups. Setup A, this, and then once you sort of filter your setups, you will know which setups are working fine, and what's giving you better risk to reward, things like that. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about level 2. Level 2 is something that will take time. It's something that you have to keep on looking at, and um, start noticing certain things. It's a feel thing. Level 2 will take time. For me, it took years. Before, exactly the same position, when I started looking at level 2 after Forex, foreign exchange, I thought, well, this thing is like just numbers. What do I do? What do I do with it? No. But I knew that this is an actually this over forex, one of the edge that we have on stocks is level 2 tape reading, volume. All these things are your edge compared to other instruments. So I thought, okay, if this is my edge, then I have to go dig. I have to spend some time learning it. So I started looking at it, and I looked at it really, really seriously. What I mean by that is I will put one chart, let's say AMD Apple's chart, that are really liquid, yeah, and then I'll just start staring at the chart and the level 2. Start chart level 2, chart level 2, just constant watching, right? So eventually you will start to notice these price actions, and also how the level 2 responds to the certain sort of levels and things like that. You will start to understand, get a little bit of a feel for it. So yeah, level 2 is, yeah, on the side, train yourself, but don't be too concerned about it, because that's not the only thing. Level 2 is really good if you trade let's say small caps and you do scalping. For that, definitely I'll say don't go into live trading without knowing level 2 a little bit. But right about now, to begin with, you need a technical approach. It has to be, if this, then that approach, right? You should not have anything outside of that, you know. Well, first of all, welcome to the stream. 2R or any R, we're talking about risk to reward. So if you're risking, let's say for example 10 cents on a trade, that's your 1R. And then anything over that 10, like for example 20 cents, 30 cents, will be 2R, 3R. So double your risk. R is your risk, isn't it? And then your other R, when we talk about 2R, 3R, 5Rs, that's our reward. So it's risk to reward calculation basically. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know, man. We don't trade more than an hour or so, do we? Usually we don't trade. After 1 hour, things quiet down anyways. So, open up let's say here. Open up an Apple chart. You're welcome, Derda. You are more than welcome. So, let's say it's broken this level here, 46.25. It looks strong. Now I want to watch how level 2, how level 2 is responding to this breakout. So you can just keep on watching it. We've got 146, 43s, 44s on the ask. Trying to pay attention to only one side first. Trying to not go both. Trying to not read both of them. When things are moving, let's say it's moving, breaking out, and it's strong, trying to read the ask right? Read the ask, read the numbers on the side of the ask. Is it heavy? Is it? I mean, Apple is quite fast. You can find something a bit slower than this, definitely. But reading something fast is actually good for you, because it's just you progress a bit quicker. That's what I mean to say. So yeah, so trying to read the ask. As you can see, asks are coming up, and then there's some numbers coming up on the 146.45s, but it's that 146.45 is holding. So without looking at the chart, I can tell myself, well, 146.45 is the place that it held. Next time it reaches there, it's going to be a problem. See, it's rejected from the 146.45. I haven't actually looked at the chart. Now it's coming back. See, it's now broken that 46. Now it's telling you, well, yeah, that level wasn't strong enough. So those are the small little things that you can, 146.45 broke, and then it's just hanging around. But yeah, quite a lot of action going on. 146. Now, if you do look at the chart, you want to say, well, 146.50 needs to break now. So when it approaches 146.50, then you watch it really closely how it does how it reacts to that level. That's when I say my entry confirmation is actually the level 2 and tape the time and sales. Right. So things like that. It's very very helpful when things are moving like this. In right about now is things are quiet, so you're gonna get a lot of like chop, but it's really good to see. You see 146.50 is there. You go, it's strong. Yeah. So that 145 46.45 area for us was actually a decent area where we could have said, well, if it does break and stay above that, we can say that this stock is strong. I'm not going to short it, or if I am long on it, I'm going to keep my partials. So there's a lot of things you can do with level 2, but it takes time. It really takes time. Just practice it, watch it, just watch it. Ooh, SNOA. It's we're talking from 13s to 9s. Is done for. Yeah, so that's why I'll definitely do that on the side though. Don't let it affect your trading style. Yeah, but yeah, that's right. But yeah, I haven't mastered it myself. It's as long as you are following your rules. If you do write out some rules, you must follow them to actually. I keep telling this to everyone. I ask me, what is the first thing that I should be doing? What is, like, if I were to go back to 10 years ago or 7 years ago to tell myself what I should be doing, I'll tell myself to stay consistent. Right? This is extremely important. Consistency will give you a result that you can work on. Right? What I mean by that is, let's assume that you have got a setup, right? You haven't taken from anyone, you haven't even tested it. You just say, I've got a line and I need to trade that line, right? How would I know that that setup is working or not? Is by staying consistent to it. I will trade that for like 50 trades, ideally 100 trades, to be honest. And then I will track the data on it. Oh, okay, this line price does this, price does that. Every time it goes this, that. So you'll start to derive data from a consistent approach. And if that edge is negative, right? If it's telling you the result is like, okay, well, you're losing money on it, then you know what? That's even a better result because you can flip that. You see what I mean? Like consistent approach, even if it's a bad result from it, is actually much better result than your inconsistent approach. Sorry, I think it's a bit late for me. But anyways, yeah. So if I don't know how far you guys are in your trading career, but even now I tell myself constantly that stay consistent, stay consistent, stay consistent. I have written things that massively written on the wall about this whole thing, right? So work on consistency. It's a step by step approach to progress. Is the whole plan to trading is to progress slowly. Take a step forward, two step forward, one step back. But as long as you're taking a step forward, for me, I found that you can't take a step forward unless you're consistent in something, right? Um, so bring that consistency to your trading, right? Just because you see something good, trying to not go all in or things like that. Just stick to what you are doing and what you were doing. After 10 years, Jay? No, I'm kidding. I started with the Forex 2010. Traded it on and off, really. I wasn't really serious. I was mostly swing trading it with some success as well, early lucky success. Um, I traded until I think 2014. Um, then I realized like I wanted to day trade it. I was doing well with swing trading on it, but I wanted to day trade it. But when I came to day trading, everything got messed up. Even my swing trading got messed up. And then I started to think, well, what is the problem? You know, what is the issue? And I realized like, look, in the forex we actually don't have an edge. You know, whoever sells forex education systems strategies, they are all, you know, they're all scammers out there. Honestly, they're total scammers because they know that it doesn't work. You know why it doesn't work? Because you are up against massive banks, huge, like you can't even like they don't even see you, like you're not even a blip in the, so you know how are you gonna like win against them? It's all about fight. It's all about like taking the money from someone else if you're winning and giving the money to somebody else, right? Right. Pltr to the moon. Okay. um so we'll continue with that. Anyways, so yeah, that's when I started to leave forex and go into something else. So I decided to try futures. Futures I tried for a while, and then I realized that stocks were the better options. So so since 2014, I would say I have been trading stocks, and 2017 where I got full time. So I would say, I mean, if you look at my technical history, quite a long time. But if you look at from stocks perspective, from 2014 to 2017, 3 years. Um, but then again, I have to mention this. At that time, when I started out, 2014-15, I didn't have good community that I joined. I did it all almost by myself, kind of in a hard way. So you know, somebody starting out now, there's a lot of help out there, especially, you know, like free help. There's so many information out there that doesn't require you to pay monthly fees or things like that. I mean, I don't want to brag about it, but you know, something like this didn't exist. Look back at 2014 and 15. Something like this didn't. Even if it did exist, it was just cheap old chat rooms. It wasn't live like call outs or sharing charts weren't there. Even now, a lot of massive big chat rooms don't actually share their charts and trades live on the voice. They just do it on the text so that they. But yeah, I think you guys have a better chance to progress much faster than I did, for sure. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I do that full time since 2017. You're welcome. No problems. No problems. I wish I had someone like me when I was starting out. It would have been easier. Um, I mean, it's not. It doesn't. It gets easier, but it's not as easy as you think it might be. That's what I would say. Especially when you like, because there's a lot of pressure as well, isn't it? Like when you start trading full time, there's a lot of pressure. So it's a good thing to have something on the side, even if it's like few hours a day, 4 or 5 hours a day, something on the side that's gonna cover your bills at least. Then it's easier to carry on, doing what you want, what you love. So I would definitely not recommend you guys to go full time anytime before you actually um, before you're really really competent and your data is screaming at you to go full time. Before that, I wouldn't even consider, because you might be a good trader without pressure, um, without thinking about bills and things like that. But it's a complete different story when you have to, right? Yeah, that's the step forward, Andrew. You got that right. One step at a time. Yeah, work on that consistency, and trust me, it will it will start to bring things that's gonna make you progress faster than anything. Thanks, Darda. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you've got side activities going on the side, especially studies, concentrate on that, because there is there's a limit to how much your mind can take. You have to remember, even if you spend like 24 hours watching the charts, there are certain your mind is can only learn so much, right? So what I mean to say is you don't have to spend everything every time invested in this thing. Do your things on the side, but whenever you're free, your mind is fresh. That's when you want to go and try and sort of get better, learn more. But overdoing is gonna actually make it worse. So it's from my experience as well. I used to watch the charts a lot. In fact, I used to dream about charts. I'm sure you guys do as well. Constantly as well. Every single day I used to dream about charts. Up, down, patterns, indicators. I started out with the, indicators that were like covering my whole charts. I didn't used to see any sort of. You have seen those, right? Yeah, yeah, dreaming of charts. I don't anymore, but when I started out, I looked at so many charts, so many hours of charting that I would definitely, yeah, very clear, vivid dreams as well. Very clear, vivid. That's probably why I. That's probably what helped recognize the patterns. It's a marathon. Write it down on your wall. It's an ultra marathon, not a sprint. And dig, like, look at it every day because it takes a long, long time. Yeah, I do. I do have. I've run businesses in the past. I would say a little bit of a knowledge on finance. Yes, you have to have a little bit of knowledge on when you go into forex as well. You have to study economics and things like that. Um, yeah, it can be hard, but it can be also a good thing because let's say, for example, if I were to teach someone with complete different analogy, different theses, different thinking mentality. Let's say they don't agree on technical analysis at all, and I was supposed to teach him or her. Um, it'll be a massive job from my side and his side to actually change his mentality. So basically, it's better to come with an empty cup, right? So that you can fill in the information, the right information, than to have some junk in that cup. You know, first I need to throw that junk away, which is extremely hard. That's what you want to look at. That's why I'm telling you, like, if you find some really decent, genuine people out there to stick around with that don't have any sort of side, like uh, potential benefit from you, then yeah, I think that's a really good place to be in. It's really difficult to find the right people. Right, guys. I think our Q&A is done. Um, I think I mean, don't you guys? I know that you might be holding on to a lot of questions that you might think that, oh shoot, it's a dumb question. No, you should not. I used to think like that, and it's never a good idea. A small little thing can clear out a lot of things that you might have in the back of your mind. So if you do have questions, you want to write them down. Ask them away. If it's not me, then somebody else. But do ask them and clear it out. Definitely. Yeah, because they don't go in depth because they want you to stay with them for as long as possible. If they teach you everything, then you wouldn't be staying with them. That's the business motto. Their business model is to make you stay for as long as they can, right? If I was a businessman, I would look into it like that, you know. You gotta understand from their perspective. So let's have a look at the watch list today. Beautiful trade, by the way, on SPY. I am really happy with that. A really tight risk. Uh, really good R. I think that's 4 hour, close to 4 hour, maybe even more. Let's see, AMD, Apple, chop, chop, chop. Somebody mentioned Pltr to the moon. We'll find out. I mean, that guy must have just popped in to say that, but I like the daily on it, and there is something on it that I think there is a potential in the next coming few days. There might be something going on this. So yeah, I had to say that I agree with those kind of comments where they say to the moon, but nothing goes to the moon. I'm just going to quickly having a look. I had a plan of longing Cisco from 54, 50s, 50s area, 54 areas. Never dipped down there. Usually after the earnings, next day or after earnings, they will dip down a little bit, giving you a chance to enter a bit cheap or discounted price. I just never give. I can't trade that. Tell me if anybody can trade that. I would like to know how they would trade it. Same here, it's difficult. As you can see, guys, there's not much of a follow through today. We managed to really, I don't know about you guys, but I managed to stay green with 3R in this environment. I am extremely happy about it. And I know that when the environment changes, then all it will need is 1 or 2 trades to make my week, not even my day, make my week. So that's how I take it. So SNOA, that was the only 1 hour loser. And Vrpx, all day drifter. That's pretty much it, guys. I am gonna end the stream here. Hope you enjoy the stream. I will see you tomorrow in the live stream, 9:15 EST. What I wanted to say was, yeah, today we did talk about that consistency. Take it seriously if you're really serious about this. That consistency should be the first priority for you guys, and then work on your data. Those two go alongside each other. If there's no consistency, there's no data. Don't waste your time on the gathering data. Consistency brings the data. So work on those two, and you will get there faster than you know, anybody else. Alright, guys, that's my 2 cents on that. Have a good one. Stay safe. Take it easy. See you in the live room tomorrow.